Today I'm going to be finishing putting the eel lighting around the trim of my GTI. So for the people who don't know, as you can see, I have eel lighting around my shift knob, but I've been meaning to finish it going around the rest of my trim. So we're going to use the rest of this kit that I got, and apparently my interior is going to look like an AMG after, so I guess we'll see if that happens.
I don't think so, pal.
I actually think the cover of this is really funny because I'm pretty sure that the AMGs like come standard with ambient lighting. So I don't really know why they would be promoting this car that already has pre-built ambient light. I don't know. But anyways, we're going to be using the rest of this kit. We're going to be going around the rest of here, going around and back there. So just to kind of give you guys an idea of how I even got this one in and how I started it in the first place. So I basically just wedged it in between the trim right here. And then as you can see, I threaded it between this little hole right here. And then it's fed through down there above the footwell and down back into the back. And I'll show you that in a second. So the cord is still being fed throughout this trim piece here. And then you go into the back and it's still coming through this plastic. And you can actually, you can see the wire a little bit right there. And then you just feed it through up there. And it's actually all in the trunk spot where the spare tire is. So it's actually plugged into the 12 volt right here. A lot of people were saying that that's not really the right way to do it, but yeah, I'm doing it that way because I don't really care. So all the wires that connect to the other eel lights are down here, and as you can see, that's where the one that we have plugged in right now is coming from. So basically all I really need to do is just re-plug in the rest of the lights and rewire them through. I actually had a lot of people asking me how I got the ambient lighting in the first place. So I thought, why not make a whole video on me kind of doing like the rest of it so people can kind of get an idea of how to do it. So I just got everything unwired here. So I decided that I wanted to kind of redo it and do it right. So what I'm going to do is, instead of using the 12 volt, I'm just going to tap it into the fuse box so it works just when I turn the car on. And then we're gonna start installing the rest of them around the trim again. As you can see, here's the connection for the one around the shift knob right there. By the way, the eel lighting that I'm using is just off Amazon. I'll put the link for them down below. But basically, for the GTI especially, you're just gonna wanna make sure that the eel is super thin, because the trim is kind of narrow to get into for the thicker ones. So what we're gonna start off with doing is unplugging the 12 volt port here. And then we're going to plug in the new one that we're gonna use. And luckily, it already comes with the connection points, so this should make this a little bit easier to do. Okay, so the first thing that we're gonna do is you're gonna need a fuse tap to put on the red side. So you basically just put it in here, and you take one of these and you just clamp it together. Also, I will leave a list of the parts that I'm using to do this in the description. Oh shit. Okay, after many tries later, I finally got it in, so now it's not moving, it's in there good. So now the other side, what you're gonna need is something to connect a bolt to. So for the Mk7s, you're gonna need a size just about like that as an example. And basically you do the same thing where you put it in there, and then you squeeze it down, which is probably gonna take me a second again. Wait, did I get it? Oh, I got it, just like that. All right, so that's in there good now. So now we have the bolt side and the fuse side. Okay, after you get all this assembled, what you're gonna need to do is get some 5A fuses, and you're gonna take one of these, and there's 2 holes on this side. What you're gonna wanna do is you're gonna wanna plug it in on the top. It should just kind of snap in. Not really snap in, but as you can see, the little forks should go down all the way, and that's how you know that it's in good. And now your fuse piece is fully assembled, and now I'm going to show you how to tap it in. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is access the interior fuse box, and where that is in this little cubby next to your steering wheel. All you got to do is take this side and pull it out, and it really is actually surprisingly easy to take out. As you can see, now we got the fuse box. Now I found the best spot to be right here to put the connecting wire to. So basically there's a T30 screw right here. Take that out, and then you're just gonna put this on top of it. So as you can see, we got this clamped behind the bolt right there. So now our next step is getting the fuse connected. So you're going to want to make sure the plug, the fork, whatever you want to call it, that's furthest away from the actual wiring is going on the pronged side. So you want to plug it in right. This one hopefully will work just like that. And so now I'm gonna test it to make sure it works. So I just reconnected it and plugged it into it. So the moment of truth, if we flick the ignition on, realistically this should. Well, this is actually working a lot better than I was anticipating. Holy shit, we got everything going off. Yeah, no, this is going a lot better than I was anticipating. I've just been kind of winging this, but actually this is going really good. Okay, so now since we got this tapped into the fuse box down here, the next step is installing all the eel wiring around the rest of the trim. So now I'm gonna be setting all that up, and I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna be doing that. And I started with putting this one here. It fits pretty well. The only thing is down there, it doesn't really like flex on like a curve like this kind of has. So when it's opened, it just kind of looks like there's a little space right here. But I mean, overall, I think it actually looks all right, considering this is just staying open. And I mean, this looks perfect right here. It's just this part's a little not perfect, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna start with doing that part, and then now I'm gonna do the other part right here. All right, so as you can see, this is kind of what we're working with here. We got the second one in. Now I just got this one threaded through the side right here. As you can see, the wires down here. I had to take the side paneling off so I can access the wire a little bit easier, but there was literally like one screw right there. It was like a T15, so got that figured out. So now I'm just gonna trim it and basically do the same thing I did to this side, just put it in through there, and then I just put a little bit of tape there just so it would stick, and since it's not really tucked into any trim piece. All right, so this is what I got going on so far. I got both of the sides on. As you can see, there is a little bit of a gap on each side. There's not really too much I can do about that because it doesn't really bend very well. As you can see, it's kind of just right there. I think maybe sometime down the line, I might try and get some that are just like actually glued onto the trim pieces, and I can try to like maybe custom fit it. But I think for this area, that's about as good as I'm gonna be able to get it right now. So I'm facing quite a problem right now. I just found out that the rest of the eel wiring that I have actually doesn't fully work. And what I mean by that is when I turn it on, this is one of the longer strips. It cuts off. And as you can see, that's like more than half of this entire eel light. So it kind of doesn't work right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mount these a little bit better, put the trim back in, and then I'm just going to show you guys how I'm going to hide the rest of the wiring. And I'm just going to leave this little 3-piece for now until I can get the rest of it figured out. I'm probably going to end up ordering another kit just because these have been sitting for quite a bit of time. So there might just be like a problem with how it been just sitting in a box or whatever. So I'm just going to finish with this and I'm going to show you guys how I'm going to hide these wires. Okay, so I just tied up the rest of the wires that we aren't going to be using, and I got some double-sided tape on the little connector here that I'm probably going to attach somewhere down here. I got this not coming out of this little cubby right here, so we can put that back in whenever I need to. And now it's all just about tucking all the wires and routing them. So after I connect this, I'll show you guys where I'm going to be tucking these wires. Okay, so I just connected this with double-sided tape to the under part of my steering wheel here, and I threaded it through the holes right here from in here, and then I tucked all the extra wiring into like kind of into here, but there's another hole right here that I fed them all through. Then I pushed them, the ones that I'm using, which are right here, and I feeded them out from the back there. So now I'm just gonna connect the rest of the wires. Okay, so the first wire is good to go. I literally just pulled this back a little bit and tucked the wiring. You can kind of see it right there. So the one that's right here comes out of there, and all of the wiring is tucked in here now. Now, there's 2 outlets there for the one around my shift knob and this side that I'm going to take these 2 wires, and there's a clean shot. You can't really see it, but next to this, there's a clean shot going right through. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed them through that side, and then I'm going to just tuck them back in underneath this. Okay, so I just got the wires through. It literally was a straight shot. So now I have these wires. Gonna connect them to these, and then again, I'm just gonna tuck them behind the fabric stuff right here. Just like that, all the wires are hidden now. So now, as you can see, can't really see them. Can't really see them there either. So now all there is to do is put all the panels and stuff back on, and then I'm going to show you guys the final product of what we got going on. Alright, so I just got everything put back together. Got this good. Got the paneling back on both sides here. So now, the moment of truth is to see how this bad boy looks. Testing. I think that actually looks really good. Unfortunately, I wish there was something I could do about those little gaps right there, but I don't know. I think that's the best that I'm going to really be able to get with that. So this is what it looks like from a little bit of a further angle. You can't really even see the gaps, but I'm really glad that I got it able to tap it into the fuse and get those little side pieces. Obviously, I do really want to finish going around. Sorry, my fucking radar goes crazy in my garage for some reason. Oh my god! But I do plan on going around the rest of the trim. I just need to order another one. So I am going to be making a part 2 to this video where I finish the rest of it. I kind of got the strategy down on how to kind of get it in there. Really what it consists of is just popping out the trim and just kind of shoving it in there and making sure that it is aligned correctly. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm really upset that I wasn't able to completely finish the EO lighting, but I am gonna get the new ones ordered pretty soon. So I will be uploading the second part to this video sometime in the near future. So stay tuned for that. And as always, if you guys have any comments, any input on anything I'm doing in this video, let me know in the comments. Peace out.